It's been one day since the passing of our dear friend, PES, Pro Evolution Soccer, also known as Winning 11, international superstar soccer for some. What a time it was. We had some great memories, but now this new weird guy, Efootball, is here. We don't like him, we don't trust him. His best friend Konami is vouching for him. But that said, guys, we have a little bit of positive news today. Master League has been confirmed and some more interesting revelations about where this could all be heading. Let's get into the video. What's up, guys? Terry F Gaming back here with another video. What a day yesterday. If you have come to the channel for the first time looking for PES news, subscribe, give this video a like, drop a comment below, let me know what you think. I've been dropping PES news as it comes, so make sure you subscribe to get the most of it. Now, thankfully, after that piss poor rollout yesterday, we get a little bit of positive news today. I'm gonna put this out as a disclaimer. If you don't believe anything you hear from Konami, you're fully entitled to that, because they have been a poor communication company for far too long. They have lied, or if not even lied, they've misled, and they again keep ruining their goodwill every couple of years. If you look at how people felt about Konami and PES 15 years ago to now, it's just been a steady decline, and even yesterday fell off a cliff even more. If you look at the eFootball trailer that was released, 7,000 dislikes, 19,000 likes, but that dislike to like ratio is pretty crazy for a new football game on a new console, next gen, all that stuff. That said, we get some good news today about Master League, so I'm gonna show this right here. All right, so eFootball tweeting out here, guys. By the way, yesterday the @official PES handle, when they tried to close it, they didn't close it properly, so some random FIFA fan got it, and he was tweeting stuff about FIFA and PES, and then my friend David actually had to get it back and give it back to Konami.
This is what we're dealing with.
Regardless, here's the tweet. Cross-platform online matches will be further improved with a new engine and adjusted to take full advantage of each platform. In addition, offline modes such as Master League will be sold in the future as optional DLC on all compatible devices. So, couple things here. First things first, cross-platform eFootball matches will be further improved. So, basically what they're saying is with each device that you use, a phone, PC, PS5, whatever, the game should make sense for that platform. That is, and again, everything they say has to be taken with a heap of salt, not even a grain. But I have to go off this information. I can't just make things up. So I'm just going to go with what they say and discuss if it makes sense, if it seems like it could be good, and then we will see when Konami inevitably disappoints us again in a couple more months. Basically what he's saying here is don't worry about, a PS5 game not looking like a PS5 game. That trailer, which again, poor communication, why would you release that trailer if you think this? But ideally, things shouldn't look like that. Now, regarding Master League, offline modes will be sold in the future as optional DLC on all compatible devices. I actually like this as a concept, just not from Konami because I do not trust them. But this does address an issue that sports games have been dealing with for so long. If you ask anyone who's been playing sports games for a number of years, sports games peaked in the mid-2000s, right? We're looking at 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, around that time, even a little bit later, in terms of the offline play, because back then, that's what sold the game, right? You had to have a great offline mode for people to want to buy your game, so they put all the development into it. Once the internet really took off in terms of gaming, now you have a situation where they're making so much more money from loot boxes and gambling online and player packs and all this extra stuff and add-ons if you're thinking of Fortnite and things like that, that their focus has gone there. These companies are businesses, they only care about making a profit. That said, if Master League is a DLC, right, and also they say in the future, because there's not yearly releases anymore, that could mean anytime, though I would guess, based on the roadmap, that this would not be till 2022. So we'll see what that means, but they're saying it's going to be a DLC on all compatible devices. Interesting that they said compatible. Only reason I'm kind of actually intrigued with that is that it does make me a little excited that they won't be trying to make a Master League for mobile, because then that would mean the Master League we get on next gen will probably be just as watered down. If they're saying compatible, they're already saying some devices will not have Master League. It makes no sense for PC and PS5 to be the device, or Xbox or whatever, to be the device that does not have Master League. So it probably is saying here that Master League will be on those devices, so people who want to have that offline console experience will be able to have it. Now, specialization makes sense and it works, right? When you have a group dedicated to one thing and not trying to split their allegiances across a bunch of different things, you can get a better product. I'm convinced that if you took 10 guys from EvoWeb who do a lot of the modding and let them really focus in on just modding the game and making Master League, they would make an incredible game. One can only hope that the Konami development team can do that now. So this is as a theory, love it. I've said in the past, if someone could make me a football game that cost $70, but it was offline, it was as immersive as Football Manager, the gameplay was really good, I would pay it because that is something that I value, right? I know obviously it's not an option for everybody all around the world, but hopefully this Master League DLC is something that they can work on and make sense. But again, Konami, you know your core long-term loyalty player base is a Master League player base. You have to throw them a bone in the initial trailer or at least the initial announcement. Saying this today after the fact to kind of cover yourselves, it looks facetious, number one. It also feels like you just doing damage control. Even though I want to believe it, and I do genuinely think this is some kind of plan they've had. I don't think they just put this out there because of it. But it comes across like that, and that again, poor communication from Konami. Let's look at a couple of tweets from everyone's favorite person, Adam Batty here, longtime PES guy. He gets a lot of hate. I do think, he doesn't deserve the kind of hate he gets because he does say a lot of stuff, and a lot of it doesn't come true, and he gets kind of abused sometimes. But he works for Konami. He's always going to do this. I just kind of take everything he says, like, whatever. He works for Konami. But he does say this. Here, I actually want to go back to the original tweet that I was going to bring up. He responds to the initial tweet. He retweets it and says here, nice confirmation for the fans. Pay only for what you want to play. Love this new platform idea from the development team. Again, a platform idea is really good and it's smart. Konami though? This is a company that botched the PS2 to PS3 release that threw PES off a cliff after the excellent PS2 era. This is the team that botched PS3 to PS4 with PES 2014, which had some really good ideas, but then they left because they were scared and they got a really bad backlash. But because the rollout was so poor, then you look at, crazy enough, they also botched PS4 to PS5. This stuff is all about communication, people. When you communicate properly about what you're doing, people can accept it. Even with all the stuff Konami has done to us over the past decade, last year when they said, hey, look, we're not doing a game this year, PES 2022 though, it's gonna be lit. We were kind of like, that sucks, but you know what? We respect it. And we were happy that, hey, look, maybe they're taking the time off to not mess it up like they did with PS2 and PS3. And lo and behold, they messed it up again now with PS4 to PS5. But good confirmation here. Batty elaborates here and imagine the fact that people have the option to pay for a DLC, it would need to be of a high level to make people want to pay. Super exciting times, whatever. Very proud of the dev team to be the first to take such a dramatic step to revolutionize the way we play sports games. He's not lying about that. It is a revolutionary step, right? I think sports games should have done this a long time ago. Not Konami though, because I don't trust them, but other sports titles, it makes sense. That battle between the offline and online community for what they want the game to be is ridiculous. Companies like 2K have been dealing with this. There's a big issue with Park, which is their online mode where you take your My Player and go online and play against other people in the park. People want that experience separated from playing the actual NBA games against the AI with their character. It's been a big ask for many years. It makes sense because the things, I don't want to get too into the weeds of NBA 2K here. If you play NBA 2K, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But the things you'd want to do with your character to build them up and get skills to play against the AI are so different from what you want to do to play with that same character against other human opponents. So there's always been, at least in the last 10 years, obviously, this gap between the offline and online community, and gaming companies will have to cater to different audiences. It's hard to make one product that does both. So this makes sense. Again though, Konami, how can you trust them? They have not shown the ability to do things far less complicated than this. This means they're taking on something even bigger and they're going to execute it well. Jury is very much still out on that. Last thing coming in from Adam here regarding the graphics, because people are very disappointed and rightly so with the graphics. He says he cannot comment on this as it should be addressed by those who are working on the game. My only advice is to everyone is to wait until the next drop of information at the end of the month. So we will see what comes up. But regarding graphics, Nono Loco, pretty reliable for FIFA and PES. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was the guy who said last year, the first guy I saw that said we were going to have a season update. I think he actually released that information way before it really caught on. So he is not just a hack. He knows what he's talking about to some degree. I'm actually going to go to the thread here at EvoWeb because it's actually spilled out here and translated by Math Gamer. So what happened was a private test yesterday. I'm not sure if Nono Loco did it or someone else, but it was against the CPU and against human opponents 1-on-1 and 3v3. It was graphically superior to what was showed. It was monumental, looked amazing. Nothing like the new football game. Will improve defensive and definition controls. I guess they don't feel right now. And then looser players. I looked into the translation of what he said. In Spanish, it means the players seem more free, which is great. The players seem freer on the pitch. And a little bit more here. The free-to-play will not require PSN Plus. It will launch without Master League and without edit mode. Every 3 months, there will be a big update and new content. So if you kind of, look at that, you're looking at maybe Master League towards the end of the year. Offline modes. Oh, well, I'm wrong here because the next thing says offline modes is for 2022. So to be honest, that even makes more sense. If you look at the roadmap, there was nothing mentioned about anything offline. So what they will do is basically take this entire rest of the year, do a free-to-play game, not do anything offline, test, work on it, and then release an offline next-gen trailer next year and game mode with edit mode, blah, 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 blah. Many teams are partners and FIFA-style weekly events. So that's kind of what he's saying here. So I want to put back up the trailer, guys, just to show you some proof, at least to me, that Master League was going to exist, even if I was fearful of it yesterday. By the way, this color scheme, really? What an eyesore. These cutscenes really showcase that Master League must exist. This is not for online. No one wants to see this stuff online. So this is clearly Master League. Again, this color scheme is ridiculous. So good to see. Again, from a overall overarching standpoint, the concept makes sense. You make a game, you specialize, people can do the things they want to do, pay for the things they want to pay for, and everyone is happy. If you're going to do something like this that you know is going to have backlash, you need to roll it out properly, because why do we believe you now? We believe you now off of hope more than anything else. Hope and nostalgia is why we're still here and still hoping for the best. But at least a little bit of good news today, even if it means you're going to have to be a bit more patient. To be honest, I personally am enjoying PES 2021 with mods so much, and I have way more mods to add to my game after I finish this Master League. So I'm going to keep the content coming. We're going to have new Master League for the new season, updated team, transfers, kits. So I'm less worried about that in terms of my own personal enjoyment. And I'm interested to see what happens here. I'll be obviously playing the free-to-play version, testing it out, putting stuff up here. We'll see what we like about it, what we don't like. Give feedback to Konami if you can, and then hope that next year we do see a version of the game for us more offline players that we like. If you really think of it this way, they're releasing it with 9 teams only at the start, and it's free to play. They basically released a 3-month demo. They're releasing a free demo. They're just gonna do a free demo. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll start getting the paid stuff. But Konami, can't trust them, man. Can't trust them. All right, guys, let me know your comments below. I know some of you are going to be a lot happier with this like I am. Good to at least see some recognition of offline Master League, things like that. And like I said, as much as Konami are untrustworthy, the plan itself does have some elements that make a lot of sense, is innovative, and I'm actually surprised Konami were the first to do this. So if they do make this make sense over the next year, this could be a really great move. I think that's why you see them a little bit, I would say confident, but talking about the innovation and the excitement about this, because this really is fundamentally changing how a game is rolled out, not doing yearly releases, which I genuinely don't think we need anymore. We needed yearly releases in the past when you didn't have the players, the new players that came into the game. How could you update a CD disc in the past? Now, at least you're getting things online. It's different, so we don't really need yearly releases. We just need a really good core game that we can update ourselves. We've been doing this with PES 5, with PES 6, with PES 2013, with even the season update for PES 2021 is essentially the same as PES 2020. So there is some positivity here. But Konami's going to have a lot to do to win the fans back. And that trailer, or whatever they do when they decide to talk about Master League, is going to have to be mind-blowing to get people back on board. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Thanks for your support. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.